There. It's working.
How does that?
Hey, are you there? Is this working okay? Hello? Hey, Tracy, can you hear me?
Jada.
Oh, is it working? You were able to get back in with the same like login?
I believe so, because I just hit start meeting again. I guess I actually should have did it from the thing itself, but it looks like it's good.
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure
I'll do it from my phone too, just to make sure.
that I didn't need to like make a new meeting.
Oh gosh,
Cool.
hopefully I didn't screw that up. Okay.
No, I think it's okay because I just went back to the course and hit like
Start
begin
again.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue to meeting.
As soon as we hit end, I had like a moment of, am I gonna have to make a new one?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my other one just did it right from the site too. So go ahead.
But okay, got it.
Okay.
Let's see. I've never tried to set like a background or a picture on here. Do you know how to change that?
You know what? I was wondering if you could share your screen and then do the background of our website. That's actually why I was calling, to see if you could just do the circle. You know, share screen and then just have the our website up.
Let me see. Yeah, hang on one second. Let me try and pull that up.
Okay.
Go to the home page.
And then the first person will be Matt. He'll need to be able to screen share, and so will Patty need.
Okay.
2 seconds. So they both need share screen.
Okay. One sec.
Awesome. Hello?
Here we go. Sorry. Hang on one second. I'm actually going to open a new window so nobody has to look at all my open tabs. And let me see if I even, oh, look at that. Okay, I even got rid of the bar. Does this look okay? Shrink that down a little bit.
I will show you. Okay, go your dashboard. Oh. Dashboard. Enrolled courses. On the side.
Oh, this one. Well, that says enroll courses.
But I
too.
think it's just so that you see it.
Oh, it should be at the back.
Okay, click on that. Scroll down. Keep going. Keep going. Continue to meeting. Join with the Zoom app. There you go. See, there you are.
Sweet.
Jada. Jada.
Hello.
Hey, Taylor's on with her school, and their circle is not on the top for her to sign in, the person. So I'm just gonna have her go on there. How does she log in?
Log into salon training.
She's on salontraining.net right now, but they do not see the little head beside the shopping cart for some reason.
Like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she has to become a member. She's already a member. So how does she just log in?
So go to salontraining.com/dashboard. If she's not logged in, it'll take her directly to a login screen.
Okay, we got an easier way for you here in a minute, okay?
Tracy, I just put the link right in the chat if you need to send it to her or anything.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Can you hear me? All right. Sorry about that. We had a trainer, one of the schools that was having a little challenge of getting theirs signed in on here correctly. All right, so let me turn this on. Hi, Jess. Just making sure all the schools are signing on. I can see people coming on now. Okay, there's one more just messaging me.
And after we get done, Miss Taylor is going to talk.
Okay, one more thing, and then they're jumping on right now. The one said that there were students just coming in off the floor, so sorry about that. All right. Hey, Matt, do you guys want to introduce yourself just for a minute, and then I'll get started here. She just needs one more thing.
Yes. Are we introducing ourselves to the panel or to the students?
To everybody that signed on, just for a second while I'm helping this person still get on for a minute.
Yeah. So I'm Matt, and this is.
I'm Jen.
And we are the co-founders of Canvas Me. So Canvas Me, guys, is revolutionizing the way the beauty industry not only markets themselves, but the way the beauty businesses attract and hire the right talent. So we've been around for about 1.5 years, but we've been in the beauty industry for over 20 years, working with thousands of salons and spas and barbershops all over the country. And the number one question we got every single day was, where do I find talent? So we went on an amazing life journey, and we quit our jobs because we knew we had to bring this platform to life. So Jen and I basically built what is considered like LinkedIn and like Indeed, but just for the beauty industry. So what we do is we allow beauty professionals and cosmetology students just like you guys to create beautiful digital portfolios that will market you guys like never before. So basically it's replacing the Word doc resume, because we know as creatives, as dynamic people as you are, the Word doc resume doesn't work, right? So we now allow you to create these beautiful portfolios that will replace the Word doc resume, but now also act as your mini website. So you're able to share it with the world, you're able to be seen on a national level, and you're able to apply to opportunities with that portfolio that are literally life-changing.
Yeah. So when you create a Canvas Me portfolio, you can include imagery, you can include video, you can sync it with your social media. Your last 8 images of your Instagram account appear on your Canvas Me portfolio, and then you can really leverage it to be seen all over the world, right? It serves you better than the Word doc resume that you need to physically get in front of somebody to actually share. So our Canvas Me portfolios allow you to get in front of anybody without physically needing to get in front of them. It allows you to really market yourself as the beauty professional to really land all career enhancing opportunities. So yes, it will help you land that full-time opportunity. But once you have that and you're happy and you're grinding, right? What about, being a platform artist or an educator, right? So you can then leverage your Canvas Me portfolio to land all of those career enhancing opportunities. Your Canvas Me portfolio lives with you throughout your entire career in beauty, and it just helps you level up at every level. We even have some really awesome mentorship opportunities that you could participate in as a result of having your Canvas Me portfolio. You can with a click of a button, you can apply to be mentored by some of the best in beauty, and have a really amazing experience to really enhance your learning, but also enhance your experience, right? And so now you can talk to that as experience on your Canvas Me portfolio. So really empowering you to live out the best career in beauty.
And so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna walk you through the platform. We're gonna show you how you can best leverage it to really showcase and show up in the best way possible. But then we're also gonna help you create your own portfolio, guys. So you're gonna be joining tens of thousands of cosmetology students just like you today in this amazing community, and you're gonna have a beautiful start of your Canvas Me portfolio.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to go right back to you. So she's on now, everything got on. The other one is just now logging on. I can see her texting me, so that she's
Awesome.
coming. Thank you for doing that. So we
Absolutely
always have a couple things in the morning. So I just wanted to first start by welcoming everybody that's on here. We have a couple different schools joining us, different trainers. I want to start by saying thank you for welcoming us into your school right away. So this is awesome. We had just launched salontraining.com in April. And we hope to do this more and more for schools, because when I put a post out saying, hey, we're going to go into schools, who wants to help out? A number of you guys raised your hands and said, hey, I'm definitely in, I want to help schools. So first of all, thank you to the trainers as well. My name is Tracy Napotnick. I've been in the industry for 28 years, been a salon owner for 18 of those years. and just created salontraining.com because I felt like there was a need for, yes, there's lots of Zooms already out there, but I felt there was such a need for a place that we can all go for independent trainers, independent products, and people that can come on and say, hey, I'm going to be a live trainer with you. And that's what this is. If you have not yet signed up to be a member on salontraining.com, if you can see our screen right here, all you have to do is become a member, and that will give you free access for lifetime to be on our site. Plus, it gives you up to 4 free classes a month, which is one of these ones, and there's more coming on. Plus, you get to get prizes, which we're super excited about. I love giving prizes. I've always been that way. Our first night, Matt, I don't know if you guys were on there, but I know Patty, I think you were, Jess, you were. We gave up to $8,000 worth of products on our first kickoff night. Since then, we gave $75 worth of products, random prizes for classes. So we're really excited about that. I did want to give an intro to Matt and Jen, but thank you for just starting it now. So Matt and Jen, Donna, I'm just going to have you guys mute if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, so if you missed it and you're just coming on, I just want to let you know, Canvas Me, I'm so excited about their platform. When we first talked about it, I said, oh my gosh, this is so also needed in our industry. So thank you for creating it. They told you a little bit about it, and I'm going to go ahead and give the mic over to Matt and Jen.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tracy. So grateful to be here.
Yeah.
So grateful for your time. So at a high level, we gave you a high level of what Canvas Me is. Matt and I went on a life journey just a few short years ago that completely changed our lives in discovering our purpose. And so I recognize that as a child, I often felt like I didn't have a voice. And I often felt like I didn't belong. And so the adult version of me would stop at nothing but to give people a voice and give them a sense of belonging. And so that is exactly what Canvas Me does. It will give you a digital voice so that you can be seen, you can be heard on a massive scale so that you can live out the beauty career of your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna share my screen and take you through Canvas Me because it's so much powerful to actually see how it works. And so this is canvasme.com. And again, like Matt said, this replaces the Word doc resume, right? Because every business owner we talk to and we say, hey, what are you looking for in your next talent? Every single one of them says, I want somebody that has a growth mindset. I want somebody that's a really awesome team player. I want somebody that isn't afraid to get in there and, be a solution-oriented person, right? So all of these are really soft skills. And so Matt and I witnessed this over the decades that we've been in the beauty industry. And so really, how do you showcase those soft skills on a Word doc resume? It becomes really, really difficult. And so we're so passionate about bringing this platform to you because it humanizes who you are. Because at the end of the day, yes, we're hiring talent, but we're more likely to hire humans that fit the culture. Right. And so this portfolio will allow you to really show up as a human and really market your best assets. So I'm going to share what Canvas Me portfolios look like. You as a beauty professional and as a beauty student can create Canvas Me portfolios for free. Right. So there's no fee on this. You're creating these beautiful portfolios. You're sharing them with the world. Everything I'm showing you, you can come to our site and create for free. So I'm going to browse professional canvases. When I browse professional canvases, these are thousands of beauty professionals all over the US. We're even catching on in some other countries. And so just by creating a portfolio, you live in this digital community of like-minded artists, right? We're in every program. So somebody can essentially come here, search by location, and then they can drill down by program. Will show me all the SPs in this zip code within a certain radius, right? So by just living here, you are being in a community where you can be found by other people that are searching talent. So really, really powerful. So these are portfolios. I haven't clicked into anybody's portfolio just yet, but you can see the cover, right? We have some cool cover images of people. We also include video. So I'm gonna hover here over Casey's video and show you that I can get a preview of Casey's video without even clicking in to her portfolio. So the power of video is what we're sharing right now. So I'm gonna hover. Right, so she's showcasing technique and work. I really didn't show her full video. I'm actually gonna launch I'm gonna just check the second page here. So we have this video, right? And we are in every program. So barber, SD, Cosmo, makeup, right? You're seeing some Cosmos here, but we are in even massage therapists are creating their portfolios, right? Because it really humanizes you and it helps you create a portfolio that's shareable with the world.
Yep.
So I'm actually going to log in. I'm going to search for Maria, just because I love to use Maria as an example. Because not only did Maria apply for the Professional Beauty Association's Beacon program by using her Canvas Me portfolio. So if any of you are interested in applying for that, you can leverage your portfolio to do that. But Maria showcases a ton of videos that are really, really impactful in how she shows up on Canvas Me. So I want to share her. She is a student, right? So we have Maria here. This is not the Maria I'm showing you. We have Kyla. Right, so I'm just hovering, right? So really, really cool and powerful. Kyla, you leverage TikTok. We see that a lot. A lot of our artists are leveraging TikTok. They're putting music to their technique and they're showcasing. I'm gonna show you Maria because she really shows up as a vulnerable, authentic human. And then we'll click in and look at Maria's portfolio.
Hi, my name's Maria and I hope to be chosen to attend Beacon because I want to build on my current education and hopefully create a great base for future education, as I'm very new to beauty school. I've only been there for a month and a half and I've learned to hold cutting shears. That's my proudest moment. But no, really, my proudest moment being in beauty school and just being in the beauty industry is coming out of my shell. I'm a very shy person, like afraid to ask if that's the recycling bin or the garbage bin.
So I'm clicking in.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I love sharing these videos. And Patty, I was staring at you while you're watching it and you instantly smiled. And that's the beauty of the videos. You're instantly connecting with Maria and you don't even know who she is. Something about her, it allowed you to smile and you're like, oh my God, maybe I felt that way when I was a student, or maybe you just understand what she's going through. Maybe you're shy. And that's the power of the video, because these business owners are doing the same thing. We show this to business owners. They're like, I want to hire her. They haven't even seen her work. But from a cultural perspective, they really feel like she can fit in. And that's the power of the platform. We want you guys to be real, be vulnerable, and land the opportunities that make sense for who you are as a human.
Yep. So I just clicked into Maria's portfolio. As we're going to show you how to create your portfolio in a few minutes, but I want to share what's highlighted on the portfolio. So we have your name, we have your program, right? So she happens to be in the Cosmo program. We have your location. She's from Portland, Oregon. You'll have the ability to upload this awesome feature image. So this is your featured work. So while Maria's in the Cosmo program, she has nail experience. So she's currently highlighting her nail experience, right? Because it really markets her as something that she could be doing right now. And so her main feature image highlights nails. But again, if you're in the barber, if you're in the SE, makeup, Cosmo, what skin, you're going to showcase something that's relevant to your program, right? So this is the skin. This is a template. This is your canvas. You get to paint it however is appropriate for your program. So don't get stuck on, oh, I only see nails, I only see hair, right? So this is relevant for all programs. This is her main feature work. This is a little bit about who she is. So this is your story. Matt and I coach a lot when we zoom into beauty schools. We don't have a ton of time now, but we talk about how your story didn't just begin at beauty school. It began way before that. And how can you share that story in a really beautiful way that connects with somebody, right? And so really, really powerful about your passion brought you to beauty school, but understanding your purpose and really being able to showcase that in an awesome way. You could really shine here from the place of connection and vulnerability, right? So you could share your story about me. This is her bio picture. Even her bio picture says so much about who she is, right? So really, really empowering. I can watch that video that we just saw upon hovering right here. We see her education background, so where she went to school, what her attendance percentage is, what program she's in, her graduation date, right? So these are components of a resume, but we're very visual in that we're showcasing and highlighting images and video, right? So this is the My Work section. This is what I love to share with students, is that we can really get you thinking in a proactive way of capturing the moments once you hit the floor. I see mannequin heads on Taylor James's screen, right? So Jameson's screen. So once you start working on your mannequin heads, once you have assignments, really thinking and coming from a proactive place of how can I capture my work, my before and afters, right? You're always going to have to be an advocate of your work. You're always going to have to be marketing your techniques and what you're doing, right? From a consumer standpoint to get more people in your chair. Well, what better ways to have and start building this portfolio now and having that proactive mindset of when you hit the floor, hey, guest, do you mind if I capture before and after for my portfolio, right? Really getting you in that proactive space of building this up so that by the time you graduate, you're like, man, I look like I've had 15 years of experience. This looks so amazing, right? You feel really, really confident and you're ready to land that career opportunities of your dreams. And so in this section, you can upload as many videos and as many photos as you like. So I'm going to actually scroll. So she's got a ton of nail technique videos as well as images. So we saw this first initial video where she showed up as who she is, right? So you have the opportunity to show up as who you are, but you also have the opportunity to upload videos of technique. So I'm going to play these 2 videos just to share the flavor and how she showed up in terms of showcasing her technique. Right, so that's the one. I'm going to share this one too real quick.
Oops, my heart went oops, I never will forget.
So even her song choice says so much to me about who she is, right? And how she shows, because I want to remind you, she's a student, right? And so as a Word doc resume, the student is kind of showing up really green, really flat. She doesn't have a ton of experience, right? As a Canvas Me portfolio, she really can shine in terms of what her best abilities are,
And
right?
like we talk about this all the time, but making yourself as marketable as possible. Imagine you sending this versus somebody that sends a Word doc resume to a potential business owner. Who do you think they're going to be remember more?
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm actually going to pop in to show the rest of a portfolio. I'm going to pop in to show the second half of that portfolio and to somebody else's, just to give you, I don't know how to spell her last name.
Y-A-G-L-E-Y.
L-E-Y. Okay. So I'm just going to give you a sense of difference, right? So just to show you, this is your canvas. You get to paint it however you like. So
Hey.
Samantha also has a video, right? She's in the Cosmo program, but she's from Atlanta, Georgia. This is her main feature image. Again, vastly different from Maria. You can really show up as who you are as a human, right? And so we can come down here. We see her about me. Again, so different. Her story is so different, right? So we can really appreciate each other for who we are, right? Our individuality.
And guys, what's really cool is Jen's going through this, because this is digital, all the information on her portfolio is searchable. That's why we say you can market yourself like never before, because all these are about 40 different search queries that business owners can find you. So they can say, show me all the candidates in my area that are from Atlanta, Georgia, where she's from, and that have a specialty or have a preferred product of Aveda, and she will appear in that search. So you're going to be able to be seen on a national level by business owners all over the country based on what you're putting on your portfolio.
Yep. So we saw the why I'm here. We see her, my work is very different. This is the why I'm here section. So why are you here in this beauty industry? Why are you here on this platform? You can be really creative with that. If you can highlight any preferred brands, you can highlight any specialties. Like, well, that's important. Like Matt said, if I'm a business owner and I'm looking for somebody that does bridal, right? And you highlight bridal as a specialty, well, I can make a better match with you, right? So really powerful. You can highlight as many specialties as you like. We highlight employment history and employment information. We highlight any certifications and awards. So again, getting you thinking from a proactive perspective while you're in school, what are some of the certifications and awards I can start thinking about? Right, I can start turning towards, and maybe it's a COVID certification. We see that a lot. Maybe it's the Beacon program, or maybe you want to try for the Dean's List, right? There's so many things. Maybe your school is participating in a local, contest that you want to participate in. You can add that here. Anything mentionable, anything that you feel might be an asset to your career, right? You can highlight right here, and then we sync the last 8 photos of your Instagram account. So these are her last 8 photos. It's automatic as long as you authorize Instagram to sync to your Canvas Me portfolio. As you upload to Instagram, it will automatically upload to your Canvas Me portfolio, just the last 8. So this is a constantly rotating last 8 photos, and it's your most current work, right? So really, really powerful in how you could show up from a creative perspective. I can also see her handle, but I can click this button to follow her. So I can launch right to your Instagram page, right from your Canvas Me portfolio. So now I can follow her on Instagram. I could do whatever I need to do. I could see her level of engagement. I could see beyond that 8, right? Those 8 images that were automatically pulled into her portfolio. I can also see, and this is what we see a lot. Oops, I clicked. This is what we see a lot. We see a lot of students post their Canvas Me portfolio link right in their link in bio on their Instagram channels. Why? Because your Instagram's awesome, and it's a great way to vet you from a creative standpoint, but where'd you go to school? When do you graduate? Are you in the market to look for a new career opportunity? Where, what are some of your certifications? Do you specialize in bridal? Because I'm looking for somebody that specializes, right? There's so much in between factor that they need to really know about you before they can make a decision on whether you make sense for somebody and their culture, right? And so we see this all the time. Students are leveraging their link in bio to launch right back to their Canvas Me portfolio. And this is where they can see all of the rest of that information, right? Where you worked and everything in between.
And then I'm going to share my favorite part of the platform.
Hold on, I want to share about the link.
Okay.
So also, this becomes your link. Once you build your Canvas Me portfolio with us today, you will have a Canvas Me portfolio link. And some of you that are in our classroom might not be able to see this, but Your link will include your first and last name in it. So this says canvasme.com/Samantha Yeagley. It's very custom. So guess what? When you have virtual career fairs or in-person career fairs, you now can get in front of that business owner before the career fair even happens. Hey, you're coming to my school next week, or hey, we're going to Zoom next week for the career week. Here's my portfolio. I'd love for you to check it out before we get together, right? And after the career week, hey, I noticed that we connected at the career week, really interested in learning more about your business. Here's my portfolio. I graduated in a couple months or on this date, right? So really powerful in that you're not waiting for those in-person opportunities anymore. You're just going to leverage your link, share it with the world. This is your website, right? Anybody that clicks on your link or is driven to your link can see your portfolio without logging in, without having a portfolio. So they don't even need to have an account. They can just see your beautiful portfolio. So really, really powerful. And then your leadership teams at the school can be your advocate. You can say, hey, leader, can you share this portfolio? I'm dying to work for XYZ salon or spa or barbershop. Here's my portfolio link. Can you help me get in front of them? Right? Absolutely. It's so much easier to market you now because I have your portfolio link. And as the business owner, you're just as the leadership team that's marketing you, well, that's really easy because that business owner could just come see your portfolio, watch your videos, and see everything great about you, right? So really powerful, guys, and how you're able to now market yourself and get in front of people without physically getting in front of them. We also see a ton of students that want to relocate. Well, how do you get in front of businesses in the next city over, right? 3 hours south, 4 hours north, right? Well, now you can leverage your portfolio link and you could share it. You can tag them on social. There's so many things you can do because now you have a place that you can market yourself, drive people back to. So really, really powerful, guys. And once they come here, they can bookmark you or message you. So go ahead, you can share your.
So yeah, again, the next thing we're going to show you is one of my favorite parts of the platform. And Jen and I, as we began launching this platform, we found out really quickly that the thought of creating a Word doc resume for beauty professionals is super daunting. Even for Jen and I, like as creatives, it's not easy. It's hard to show up as your best self, and it's just words. But we do understand that to be professional, when you go on that in-person interview or when you have that career fair, you need to print out something that's professional that showcases your resume. So when you create your portfolio, all you guys have to do is hit save as PDF, and the platform will create your own printable resume for you. So you never have to worry about creating another Word doc resume ever again. It does it for you, and it updates every time you update your portfolio. It'll update this. And the coolest part, you will all get your own custom QR code. So now when a business owner scans it, it goes right back to your online portfolio because that's what you want them to see.
Right.
And what's cool about this is a Word doc resume is static, guys. So 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, you might have updated your portfolio, but you've given them a static piece of paper. But now they can see your latest and current work. So even if you've updated that, they know that this is what you're doing currently, and it's going to give you a much better opportunity to get hired.
Yep, they could drive right back to your portfolio. You could change your portfolio 100 times a day if you like. And every time you change it, just hit save as PDF. It will generate a new resume for you. And then you can just say file print, right? So you're just going to print this out on your printer. So really powerful in how you show up. I even encourage during career weeks, career fairs, print out your QR code right from here, put it at your station, because it's not just about this one-time meeting. Check out all of my work throughout my entire, time here at school, right? Not just this one day. So really empowering in how you could show up. So when you create your portfolio in a few minutes, you're going to share your link with the world. You're also going to print your resume. So really, really powerful. The last thing you could do on Canvas Me is that you can browse opportunities. So there's a tab up here at the top. Once you create your portfolio, you could browse opportunities, right? And so what you can do is you can search by your location, but I just want to share how the platform actually works. And so you could see our opportunities. These are all opportunities. They don't look like a traditional job board. Why? Because just like we're humanizing who you are to find the right match, we want to make sure you can humanize the brand and really understand who works at that company. Yep. What kind of culture do they have? What kind of art stylists are part of their team, right? What are they like passionate about education? Are they passionate about charity, right? You need to know all that to make a really good decision in terms of where you're going to go work next. Yep. And so what we do is you'll see, even though these are opportunities, I'm on the opportunity tab now, we have video.
Hello, gorgeous.
So you can watch video just like they can watch video about you. And we encourage all of our businesses to upload videos of their team, a day in the life. So you can really get the essence of what it's like to work there. What you can then do is you can click into the opportunity. Once you click in, again, there's a ton of images, right? Because we're a creative industry. We want to understand who it is we're working for. What does the space look like, right? So you can see that once you click in, you can see what it's about. You can read a little bit more about their benefits and all the in-betweens that you're really interested in. If this is something that you're interested in working for, all you have to do is hit this one button, send my canvas.
So
right?
guys, no more do you have to worry about uploading a Word doc resume, trying to sync your social channels. You can literally create a portfolio and apply to opportunities in less than 10 minutes. Done.
So really, really powerful. So if the opportunity exists on Canvas Me, you're clicking with one button. If the opportunity doesn't exist on Canvas Me, we're still empowering you because you're just going to use your portfolio link. You have a website link. Okay, well, it's not on Canvas Me, but here's my portfolio link, right? So we're still empowering you regardless of whether the opportunity lives here or not. But if it does live here, it's just a click of a button. They will now receive your Canvas Me portfolio versus a Word doc resume, and then they're trying to dig to find your portfolio and launch somewhere else, and then they're looking at your social channel somewhere else, right? And so it's just piecemeal that way. So this is all one cohesive place. Another thing we want to share, which is why I want to show you how the opportunity side works, is like I said in the beginning, this is about leveling up at every level. You as a student can apply right now for any mentorship. So what you could do is come over to opportunities, sort by mentorship. You're going to sort by this button right here, mentorship. Once you come here, you will see we have some really awesome big time educators, national educators that are willing to give up a day of mentorship. And this is an hour, a few hours working with some of the beauty's best, right? A lot of them have turned to digital experiences, so it doesn't matter where you're located. And these will help you level up your career, guys, because you're networking with somebody who's really influential and impactful. You never know where this opportunity is going to take you. So if you sort by mentorships, we have an Ulta Beauty mentorship, Jen Montoya, Kat and Andrew Collette. These are some really, Diane Campbell and James McKinnon are six-time Emmy Award-winning makeup artists, right? And so again, you can watch videos in terms of what opportunity makes the most sense and is most relevant for you. And if you're interested, again, you're going to apply the same way. You're going to click in and hit Send My Canvas. You do not need a license to apply to any of these mentorships, because what we want to do is we want to build your network before you even graduate. Because these people who are highly influential and highly known people, maybe they write you a letter of recommendation based off of the mentorship opportunity. Maybe they have a friend who owns a salon. Maybe they own a salon or spa and they're like, hey, you know what? You're great. Let's work together, right? So really, really empowering, guys. But at the minimum, once you land a mentorship, you can then highlight that experience on your portfolio to leverage it to get hired, right? So really, really empowering. You can come over to opportunities and you can sort by mentorship and really be seen on a really awesome scale. So I know we don't have a ton of time left. So do you want to dive into the portfolio creation piece?
Yep.
Okay. So for those of you that have devices with you, if you can follow along and you can, I'm just going to make sure I'm sharing my entire desktop before I do this. Okay, here we go. So if you want to follow along and go to canvasme.com, I will walk you through the portfolio creation. It is really, really easy, but I just want to make sure we give you some tips and tricks in terms of imagery and things like that, and how you show up, right? So if you want to meet me at canvasme.com, if you have another device with you, I will walk you through that. So canvasme.com, you're going to look for the Get Started on the upper right-hand side of the screen. So you're going to look for Get Started. Once you click Get Started, it will prompt you to enter in your email. Now, make sure that this is an email that you're always going to have access to, right? So make sure, because we're going to send you alerts. We're going to give you new opportunities that have shown up in your area, right? And so this is how we're going to communicate with you through the platform. So make sure that you're putting in an email that's relevant and it's going to stay relevant, right? So I'm putting in my email and then your password. So the password credentials, once you start typing in, you'll see this orange message. It's an uppercase, a lowercase, a special character, and a number, right? And I know that that's a lot going on for your password, but we just want to make sure we keep your password secure, right? So I'm going to, oops, I'm not typing. There we go. I'm going to put in my password and I'm going to say sign up. Once you meet the credentials, and there's actually a checkbox that you have to check, right? Once you meet those credentials, that sign up button will light up and you have to click that checkbox, right? Once you do that, you're going to identify as a student, right? So those of you that are student, you're going to say, I am a student. Once you graduate, there is one button you click to now show up as a professional. But for now, you're a student and you're going to show up that way and you're going to constantly build up your portfolio. So you're going to say, I am a student. And then you're just going to select your program. Everyone will search you by program. So it's important to identify the program because they're going to say, show me the makeup artists in this area, show me the cosmos, the barbers, right? And so on based on their needs. So you're going to pick your program and you're going to hit next. And then you're going to put your first and last name in and then your phone number. Now this is your mobile number. We will not display your mobile number anywhere. We're just going to send you a text verification code to validate that you're a human, you're not a bot creating like fake accounts and profiles. And we're going to send you a text code so you can validate that you are in fact this person that's tied to this name, right? So you're just going to put your phone number in. We're going to hit next to verify. When you verify your account, you're going to put in that code. We'll text you pretty immediately. You'll get a text message pretty immediately. If you don't, just revisit and make sure that this phone number is correct. If it's not, you can hit resend. If it is correct, just double check that you didn't get the text message, right? So the text message should happen pretty immediately. So I have mine and I'm going to hit confirm. And guys, once I hit confirm, I'm in the portfolio because that's the account creation. And now I am in the portfolio creation. So here is the portfolio creation piece. For those of you that are on tablets, we know a lot of students have tablets. Holding the tablet horizontally will help you have this view that I'm seeing. So it will give you this view where on the right-hand side, this is a preview. And on the left-hand side, there are these folders of information. And that is where you're gonna complete the information. As you complete, if you're on a tablet and you're holding it horizontally, as you answer the questions on the left, you will see it populate and show up. You're getting a live preview on the right. For those of you that are on mobile, you're only seeing these folders that I see on my left-hand side of the screen, right? So just know that if you ever view Canvas as a bigger screen, you will get that live preview at the same time, right? You can preview it as you build, but you have to toggle between preview and edit. Whereas if you have a bigger screen and you're on a tablet, you could preview it at the same time, right? So we're just gonna start at the top of the folders. You see this education info, and you're just gonna answer the questions. That's how you build your portfolio. And you're gonna only answer as much as you can. You don't have to answer everything. Like I said, this is a work in progress. As you grow in your career and in your school, this portfolio grows with you.
Yep.
Right? So you don't have to know all the answers ever. And in fact, it's never finished.
And also, guys, if you don't answer something, it doesn't even appear on your portfolio. So it never looks like something's missing. It always looks clean and professional.
So you're just gonna start with your education. So you're gonna put in your school, right? So I'm actually just gonna start. Once you start typing, it'll have a drop down of options, right?
And if it's not there, they could just type it
If
in.
it's not there, you could just keep typing. Most likely it will be there. So you could just, I'm just making a selection, any selection, but make sure you select your school. It's important because some salons and spas and barbershops in your area, they might want to recruit specifically from your school. So now they can see, oh my gosh, she goes to that school that I really enjoy recruiting from, right? So it's important to highlight your school. You can highlight you can come down to the next field, and the next opportunity to enter information is your graduation date, right? So you're just gonna enter in your graduation date. And then again, your attendance percentage and GPA, guys, this is an option. If you're not sure, or maybe you have to wait till the end of the semester, or maybe, you know, depending on where you are in your education, you might not have the answers to that. Well, that's okay, just skip over it. And you can always come back and edit it, right? So nothing's permanent, nothing's like a must, right? So you could skip over these if you like. You're gonna open the introduction tab. So for those of you that are in permit states, work permit states, where you receive a permit halfway through school, New Jersey is one of them. So for those of you in work permit states, you can actually say yes to the work permit question and put the permit number in. Those of you that are not in a work permit state, don't even worry about it. Just leave it as no, right? You have an introduction option where folder where you could talk to a slogan. So this is asking you what's your slogan. For those of you that have heard my story, I would say my purpose is empowerment, right? Now this is really powerful because as I'm typing, you're seeing it appear underneath my name at the top here. So as I share my portfolio out, people will see my purpose is empowerment. It's a talking piece. They're going to say, tell me about that. What does that mean? Your purpose is empowerment, right? And I can share my story about how I recognized as an adult, I felt like I had to give people a voice and give them a sense of belonging because I felt like I didn't have that, right? From a place of connection. So really powerful. You could also input emojis here. So you can put emojis if you like.
That's Jen's like favorite part is like the emojis.
So
It's
simple, but it's like, I don't know, you could say so much with emojis. So you can put that in there. And then your years of experience, definitely feel free to highlight that. You can move over to opportunity. Are you open to opportunity? All of you that are students should say yes here. And all of you that are students should check this box that says, show this status on my Canvas. Show that I'm open to opportunity status on my Canvas. That will, if you notice, this little green light appeared on my portfolio. So now it says I'm open to opportunity. So as I share my portfolio link with the world, they're going to come back and see, oh, and she's open to opportunity. Really awesome, right? Your location, you're just going to enter in your zip code for your location. As you enter your zip code, you'll get a drop down of city state. So I'm going to pick Florham Park, New Jersey. You're going to pick your relevant city state. And it's really important because everyone will start searching you by city. Everyone's going to say, show me people in the city, right? So if you don't have your location, well, you're not going to show up. So really powerful there. If you're willing to relocate, we touched on this briefly, but if you're willing to relocate and you say yes, then a box will open up and say, okay, tell me where you're willing to relocate to. So I'm going to type in Los Angeles, California, just because I feel like, I don't know, that's an easy one. So I could put that in there. You'll see it appears on my portfolio. And now, even though I'm located in New Jersey, anybody that searches in Los Angeles, California for talent, I will show up as somebody that's willing to relocate there. So you're being seen beyond your local community. So really powerful for those of you that always had a dream to go somewhere else in the world, right? So you can be seen there. But don't wait for them to find you. Send them your portfolio, right? And then you have about me, why I'm here. Again, these are your stories. You're going to take some time, but it's never permanent, guys. So just a few sentences. You can finesse it every day. This thing will never be finished, right? So don't get too hung up on it's got to be a perfect about me. It's got to be an about me and just a couple sentences that make sense, right? Yes, I know. So the media assets, guys, you're going to open media assets. You have the opportunity to upload all these images. You have a featured photo, a portrait photo, and a featured video. You can leverage this arrow to the right of them. So if you want to upload the featured photo, you're going to click this arrow. It will sync with your camera roll, and then you can select the appropriate image, right? For those of you that don't have a featured image of your work just yet, if you don't have a featured image here, your portfolio falls a little flat, right? It feels like, it's your name and then it's like short, right? Not a lot of imagery. So what we recommend is that if you don't have a featured ready shot to put in there just now, you're going to think about what that is. Like, oh my gosh, my next assignment, I'm going to really take the opportunity to get a good photo op, right? But if you don't have something now, in the meantime, you can use this site called pexels.com, P-E-X-E-L-S, to find a temporary solution, a temporary photo. So what you could do is you can use this search box on Pexels and just say, I'm going to search for backgrounds, or you could search for neon signs, or you could search for, abstract views or abstract or texture. There's so many things. You could be here all day and search, right? So once you find something that speaks to you, right, you could take this and download it. Or if you are on a mobile device, you're just going to take a screenshot, save it to your camera roll, and you're going to come back to your Canvas Me and you're going to use that image as a placeholder, right? Because having a placeholder is better than having nothing at all. So just make sure that you have something in there, even if it's just something abstract that you could talk to, right? Well, I love palm trees. They make me feel this, whatever. I had a trip once, whatever that story is, right? But you're going to highlight your featured work here. If you don't have something, you're going to highlight an abstract image. Then your biopic is going to be a picture of yourself, right? So you're going to put in a picture of yourself because as I read about you, I want to see who you are. I cannot find for the life of me my biopic right now. For the sake of time, I'm going to use this one. So this is not me, but I'm putting that in as a placeholder right now, but this should be you, this biopic. And then you have your featured video. Guys, I highly recommend you leverage the use of the featured video. It is so powerful, as you saw when we showed you the other portfolios. And then these buttons down here, upload more photos, upload more video, that's going to show up in the My Work. So as you have assignments, you're going to start building up this section, right? So you're really going to start building up this opportunity to take videos, take photos. Hey, guest, do you mind if I capture this process for my portfolio? You're always going to have to do that, right? And so really getting into that habit. Or some of you in the more intimate programs like skin or massage, right? You're going to maybe ask a friend, hey, can you help me capture these moments for my portfolio through video, through photos, right? So really powerful, guys. And then you're just clicking these. I'm not going to, for the sake of time, you don't have to, I don't have to show you all of them, but you're just going to open these folders, answer what you can. Don't answer what you can't, right? Nothing is permanent. You could always edit. I'm going to open up social, the social folder, just to show you how that works. You can put in your YouTube URL, your Facebook URL, your TikTok handle, and you can connect with Instagram by clicking this button up here, right? So this is connect with Instagram. When you do that, you only have to do this one time. It's going to launch you to your Instagram login. And the reason it's doing that is because you have to authorize through Instagram that you are allowing them to publish your photos to your Canvas Me portfolio, right? So once you do that, it will say, do you allow this? If I say yes, just make sure you allow it. Once you allow it, it will bring you back into your Canvas Me portfolio, where if I have that preview, if you don't have the preview, you could just view yourself, but where I have that preview and I can see the last 8 photos synced right there, right? And so now guys, I didn't do a ton. I'm gonna publish. Once I publish, you must publish to get a link. Once you publish, this becomes your link. I can click this button to view my portfolio. I am now here. I'm shown as active. I'm a student. I can update to professional once I graduate. I can see my views. I can view myself by clicking this eye, and I can edit myself by clicking this pencil. If I click this pencil, I'm right back where we were, and I can edit this 100 times. I can save it. I can view myself by clicking this eye. And guys, to get your link, some people are like, how do I get my link? Just view yourself. It's like a website. Viewing yourself, this is your link. Copy and paste it, right? So really awesome in how you could show up. You could share your link with the world. As you start publishing, we will now see you as we browse professional canvases. The more you update, the more relevant you are, the more you will appear at the top. You start seeing updated 1 minute ago, updated 23 minutes ago, right?
Yep. So it looks like Michelle and Amy just did that. So great job.
So, and guys, this will allow GIFs as well, this main feature image, right? So really, really powerful. So really awesome in how you could show up. So again, thank you so much. I know we're out of time. Really appreciate you all. Feel free to message us, or if you need anything on social at Canvas Me. We're happy to help you beyond today in terms of what your portfolio means and how you can leverage it.
Wow, thank you so much. I have to say, your site is absolutely amazing. And for students, as a salon owner, if I was brought a piece of paper, or sometimes you don't even get any of that anymore. Hey, are you hiring? Look how beautifully and professional you're going to look to a salon owner. You're more professional than what my backdrop is right now, because I got it outside and it got all wrinkly and I was putting it up and I was like, oh no, I'm so embarrassed. Okay. So I am so thankful that you guys are so committed to schools. And so for anybody listening on here, really take the opportunity, find out as the salon trainer or educators in your school, reach out to Matt and Jen, because this is what we're looking for as salon owners, professional people that are going to be out there. And I can see you guys that are salon owners on here shaking your head too, right? I mean, we all agree to this. So thank you so much. And how can they reach out to you? Just go to Canvas Me right now, or you're on Instagram as well, right?
We're on Instagram at Canvas Me, so feel free to message us there, or hello@canvasme.com.
And guys, please don't feel worried about asking any questions. We talk to students every single day. We help them. We talk to them about portfolios. So the more questions for us, the better.
Wonderful. Okay, and so next up we have Patty, and my view just went a little bit different. Let's see, where did
Hello,
Patty?
everybody.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Hello
So
there. I'm
going
gonna
to-
share my screen too. Okay.
Okay.
Let me get over here. All right. So I'm excited to be here. I'm going to start sharing my presentation. I just wanted to say hello and tell everybody that I'm so thankful and honored to be on this platform. I love education. I love teaching people that are coming into the industry. I share a great passion with a lot of my fellow educators. And the thing is, we need more of you. You're special. The people that do what we do are special people. So today I'm going to go to the other side of your brain. I'm going to leave your creativity and your artistry. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we call the soft skills in the industry. So the soft skills are very important, because 85% of what people come back to a salon for, and what they stay with their stylist for years for, is not about the technical skill. It sounds crazy, but statistically, 15% of the reason people come back is the actual haircut or the color, even if they love you, but they may not stay with you if something happens. They're turned off, bad conversation, not cleanliness, inappropriateness, inconsistency. So we're going to talk about your journey as a professional, and I'm going to condense a very large program that I teach into some great tidbits for you today. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now, and we're going to just talk about what's going to happen for you, because you're starting out with a passionate new path on a new career. So some of the things we're going to look at is attracting, and that's the main thing I'm going to focus on today, is attracting and capturing. How do I get new people, right? How do I find them? How do I get the courage, which is very hard, to start my career and attract? And great presentation with Matt and Jen, because 99% of what we do now is digital. We can't see people. We can't talk to people. Your digital presence is so important. And that's the gateway to get the people towards you. But as things open up more and we go back to everyday life, you're going to have human interaction again. You're going to be able to touch people, talk to people. You're going to be in communities. You're going to be in restaurants. You're going to be in clubs. You're going to be in teams and going to sporting events, and whatever you're doing with your families, those are the areas we're going to talk about today. So we're going to look at how do we attract and how do we recruit. So I would encourage all the students on here, really start looking at this. Some of this may be like, oh, this is ABC, I get it. But it doesn't mean that you do it. You may know something, but it doesn't mean that you do it. So I'm going to put this out there right now to all the students, because I'm a big goal setter, work with my team, mentor, coach other salon owners. You know, choose something today that sticks out on here and shift yourself in that area. And even if you know it, commit to doing it. So how do we get guests? How do we start? You know, you see all these different shows. Maybe some of you have seen Tabitha's Takeover and what she does with stylists. And how do we get people to communicate with us, become our clients, become our models? You know, how do we get started? So I'm going to talk about all of these bullet points. So the concentric circle, we're going to go over in the next slide, but that's basically the core of the people that you see on a daily. So we're going to explain that. We're going to go through it. But we're also going to look at events and groups, because events and groups, you don't realize it. You know, you're part of things. If you're a mom, maybe you're part of sports with your son or daughter. If you go to, you know, maybe yoga classes, if you go to a gym, wherever you go where there's a group, you could be now digitally part of so many groups. How many people are part of 1 million groups on your social media pages? You can join on Facebook. There's a group for everything. There's a group for anything, you know, so wherever you are in groups is also a great opportunity. Having a model script. This is so important. When I see someone, or I'm trying to get people, you know, maybe class is requiring me to get 3 foil models this month. When I start as a new apprentice in a business, your employer is going to look for you to get models, to bring them in. So we're going to talk about model scripting. We're also talking about looking the part. Looking the part is a big part of it. And Matt and Jen's platform really showed that. What attracted you when you saw that young girl say, you know, I learned how to hold my scissors? I found that so endearing and so vulnerable, because it's so real. It's so real. And it really shows, you know, that she's open and she's vulnerable and she's ready to learn and she's proud of a small step. Some people be like, oh, so what? You held your scissors. That's a big deal. On my first week of beauty school, our teacher made us hold our scissor and comb in our hand the entire day for 8 hours. We had to eat lunch with it. We had to go to the bathroom with that scissor and comb in our hand. We had to do notes with it. We had to walk around the school with it, because she wanted you to feel comfortable with that scissor like an extension of your hand. Stuck with me my whole career, and I'm 34 years a hairdresser. So very powerful, that skill. Scripting about what you do is also part about, you know, looking and acting the way you want to be as a professional. Cards. Some people may say this is antiquated, and I'm going to talk quickly about that and why it's not. Social media flow, which is like the following, what you're doing with social media. Who are you following? Who's following you? How are you getting them to follow you? So just little things like that. Check-ins, which are really powerful, and that's part of social media. And then social media content. So social media content, lookbooks. Lookbooks are exactly what Matt and Jen are affording you on their platform. They're giving you a place to feature your looks, not just your social media, but your social media is a big part of it. That's why their extension attaches to your social media, because that's your conversation every day. That is you out there. People seeing your artistry, people seeing what you love. It's not just about your work. People attach to you in relationships. You love dogs. People that love dogs are going to want to hang with you. You know, maybe it's a group. You drive a Jeep. Everybody drives a Jeep. There's Jeep jamborees. It's things that you want to mirror about yourself to the people you're meeting to create relationships. Because the number one thing in our business is about relationships. The old saying is, it's not what you said, it's not what you did, it's how you made them feel. And that's a very powerful part of what we do. We really lift people, we hold people, we hug people, we touch people. So what we do every day is so powerful, because you do not realize the touch. Once you lay your hands on someone, it opens up almost like a different meridian of energy. And people, the power we have, people come to us, we're their therapists, we're their confidants, you know, we're the people that listen when no one else does. A thing I share with my young, you know, professionals that are coming in, You don't realize sometimes when you kind of grimace and you get that old lady that's kind of crotchety and you're like, oh, I got to do her hair today, and you dread it. But you know what? Think about this. Maybe she lives alone. Maybe your family lives 100 miles away. Maybe there's no one that's actually touched her. No one's that touched her hand or touched her shoulder. She's had no human contact. It's like failure to thrive in babies. You need human contact. What we do creates that power. So we're going to talk about a little bit about tutorials, tips, fashion, videos, reels, and go lives. This is very much in line with Canvas Me. Before and afters, which some people say are dead and some people are not, but they're still creative and they're still good to look at. You love a good one. Everybody loves a good before and after. But don't inundate your whole platform with just that, like a stagnant, static thing. Also, blogs about yourself. People don't really do blogging anymore, but vlogs are big. So video logs, anything about that where you can get keywords in your portfolios and anywhere on the web that where someone's searching at SEO, they're going to find you. Also, Pinterest boards. I'm going to share that tip right now because I love this tip. But when you're a new hairdresser, you're terrified because you have people coming to you and asking you to perform services that you don't know how to do. So the biggest one is formal styling. If you've all been there and they bring this fancy updo and they show you on their phone and you want to die because you're like, I can't do this. So the best thing you can do for yourself is create Pinterest, get boards for each of the things that you already are familiar with. Maybe it's a long layer cut. Maybe it's a certain 5 updos. When a client comes in, show them your Pinterest board and say, which one of these do you like? Because they're going to pick something closer and you're going to say, good, I know how to do that. So you can actually back end insulate yourself with what you're going to have to perform on the client, as opposed to them bringing a light filtered, a completely altered internet photo that you're just going to be like, oh my God, I can't do this. So it's great for formal work. It's great for everything. So make a Pinterest, because your digital and your phone during your consultation is going to be so powerful when you're meeting with a guest, because they want to see, you want to look, you want to say, I want a medium red blonde. In 10 stylist minds, you will have 10 different medium red blondes. So you really need to capture in print, on screen and paper, what they're talking about. And then in your mind, understand what their version of light blonde is. So Pinterest boards can be very powerful. So create your own, pack them with the stuff that you're good at, and use that as a benchmark during your consultations. And then hashtags, of course. Everybody knows about a hashtag. I'm not going to go too much about that. So we're going to jump forward. The concentric circle. This is kind of like a scientific thing, but it's funny. But it's, I kid my son all the time and I say, you're the balance of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So watch who you choose. So when you're working in our business, your concentric circle is everyone around you every day. So maybe you go to the same place to get coffee. Maybe you walk your dog down the same street and you see the same person. Wherever you go on a regular, normally we go to the same restaurant maybe once a month, once a week. Sometimes you go to the same bar, you go to the same cafe. Those are the areas where you don't realize your presence is acknowledged on a daily basis. So any place that you go regularly, restaurants, any place where you're visiting family, maybe you know someone that's living in a complex, maybe it's a nursing home, maybe you're taking family to other places, maybe you have an elderly mother, you're taking her to get something done somewhere. There's always opportunities when you're in your real life to meet people. And I know myself, I say this and laugh every time, but there's not probably an outing in my life in a day that I don't normally get some type of comment. Oh, I love your hair color. Oh, your hair's really nice. That's such an open door. It's such a great place to create a dialogue. So all of these areas are your concentric circle, your social media friends. And this is a big one. I've learned this many times over myself and with my team. I have 2 junior talents that I'm building right now. And one of them is trying so hard and she's busting her butt getting her social media filled. But guess what? When we sat down at her huddle and she wasn't making progress, we were trying to figure out what was wrong. And you know what we discovered? Guess who's following her? Just like most of the Instagram accounts most hairstylists have. Other hairstylists. They're not going to be your guests. If you look on pages, most hairstylists are followed by other hairstylists. How many people on there are actually marketable potential clients? Probably not that many, until you become more established in the business and your clients start to follow you. So that's a tough reach. So that's where you can maybe look into things where you can do sponsorship for your Facebook ad or your Instagram ad and just branch out to people that aren't in your circle, because they're not going to be your clients. Maybe it's your grandmother, it's all your relatives that live all over the country that are not coming to you. Yeah, they love you and they're following your social media, but make sure your social media follow is hitting potential people that can become your guests. Of course, your clients, they're going to be your biggest resource. And they always start with your family and friends first when you're in beauty school. So those are the people. So we always joke about, in the business, my friend Gino always says the best thing. He's like, you married? When's the last time your husband sent you a client? And we always laugh about that. So when's the last time your mom, your friends, you're in beauty school, are they talking about your career? Are they sharing with friends and family your excitement? It's a big help. It takes a village, right? Groups and teams we already covered, so I'm going to jump ahead. So let's talk about appearance. So what does it mean? What does it mean to be friendly and open? You could be friendly, and you wouldn't believe in our industry, there's a lot of people that are very shy. There's a lot, you wouldn't believe it. I talk to stylists all the time and they think they're introverted, and I laugh and say, my God, you touch strangers, you sit, with people every day, but a lot of us are shy. We're creative and we can talk once we get the realm open, but we're shy. So being open. Open means when you meet someone for the first time, you are creating eye contact immediately. You have a pleasant demeanor, your face is open, a smile, an acknowledgement, a nod, something that you're connecting. If you keep averting and looking away, you're not connecting. Your smile is your most powerful source. Plus, it gives you more confidence and makes you more comfortable. Speaking tone. Are you speaking clearly? I know with the masks, it's even harder. You really have to articulate. You really have to speak a little bit louder, but you really need to work on your command of that, because that's what makes you sound confident or warm. You'll notice when you're not confident and you're working with a guest, your voice will go higher. Did you like that? You know what I mean? Did you want to take the product home today? Like when I hear that, I laugh at my salon because I know that's a scary thing. So your inflection of your voice creates confidence. So when you're in conflict resolution with a guest or even someone, the best thing you can do is drop your voice lower. Don't get higher. Keep your inflection very even and very confident. Even if there's, butterflies in your stomach and your heart is beating fast, try to keep your even tone. Keep yourself clean and updated. How you look, the joke is look like the money you want to make. You want to drive a Mercedes, be a Mercedes. There's a great thing that we do where we say, if you were a brand of car yourself in the hair industry, what brand would you be? Would you be a Mercedes? Would you be a Kia? Would you be a Volvo? Where do you identify in your label world? In designer, are you Armani or are you, Target? Where are you? And it's okay to live in any of those zones, because those are the people that are going to become your tribe. So find out about your look. It can be very edgy. It can be crazy. It can be wild. Whatever it is, you're going to find your tribe, but own it and stick to it. Create your own updated look. Be timely. When people, reach out to you, reach back. Good posture. All those things are a big part of your appearance. So as we close, I'm going to just go over this little bit apart. Carry your cards. I know cards seem antiquated, but they can be an awesome thing. People like a footprint. So if you meet people, give them something or share, get a follow them. If you go to a restaurant and you get great service, give your card to the girl that waited on you and say, I would love for you to be at model at my beauty school. I'm working on foiling right now. We have a great deal, XYZ. My name is Jen. Here's my card. Great things like that. Have a picture. We all have our picture on our cards, because when you meet people, they don't remember who you are. And they see the card and you're like, who was that? Especially if you're at an event with a lot of people. Visuals, making sure you identify. Have an offer. Give out an offer. Give them something, free haircut with any color service. Come see me. I can't wait. I'm loving color right now. I just want to get people in. Share your handles, your Instagram, your FB. The biggest thing is you have to ask. And that's the biggest thing we don't do. We're scared, so we're afraid to ask. But the answer is no unless you ask. So you have to ask everyone. Unfortunately, I'll break this to you. When you become a hairdresser, you also become a salesman. You have to be a salesman. And sales is a dirty word, but it's not, because you're fulfilling solutions for people that need services and beauty. They need to buy products and they want to create a relationship with someone like you. They want to become partnered with someone who's confident, who speaks well, who cares about them, and is authentic about what they do. So tell them you're building your business. Don't ever be afraid of that. And if you find someone in your chair that you love, give them the rock star script and say, I would love 5 more people just like you, Jen. Every time you're here, I love spending time with you. We have a great time. if there's anyone in your friends and family that you think would love an experience with me, would you please pass on my card? And of course, most of them are going to say, absolutely. Don't give them an assignment. Ask them, how many cards would you like to take? And when they say an amount, they're committing to something quite different than you saying, could you take 3 of my cards and give them out? It's a different mentality when you do that. They sign up. It's like they're affirming they're going to help you. And most of them want to. And then compliment people. When you see people out, compliment them and ask them to be your model. Say to them, oh my goodness, I love your hair. I want to do something with your hair. I'd love it if you'd come into my salon. So here's a quick script, about what you do. So my great opener at the party is, what do you do for a living? I hold people's self-esteem in my hands every day. And I don't say anything else. And they go, really? What do you do? And I go, I'm a hairstylist. And people always laugh because it pauses their thinking about what you say. Most of us, especially when we're starting out, our script will be very hollow. And we'll be like, oh, an assistant at a salon, I'm trying to be a hairdresser. Like we tend to bring ourselves down. We tend not to be excited about what we're talking about. So being excited, the first thing you want to create is curiosity, and you want them to want to seek more of what you have to offer. So when you talk about yourself, you can screenshot this. I'm a hairstylist as a great salon, or a great color salon, or I'm at a new salon that's so edgy. We work with, I have an amazing team of colorists behind me. We specialize in great cuts and balayage. I'd love to have you visit our salon and be a model. A lot of people get jazzed by the word model. So they love it, and a model usually means that they're not paying full price. They're usually getting something, or they're open to maybe, a little bit more of creativity because they know that you're not brand new. But creating a script about what you do and being curious and excited is going to change the game when you're asking people to come join you in business. So I know it sounds silly, but we role play, and I'm sure maybe in your schools, but your teachers, they may role play. It's a good thing to role play. You're going to be interviewing. How do you talk to a salon owner when you're shaking in your boots? So if you have a script when you meet someone, just being able to talk about yourself. Like we come on and we say, hi, my name's Patty. I'm a hairdresser for 34 years. I own a salon in East Brunswick, New Jersey, 24 years. I'm an educator over 15 years now. I love what I do. I love the industry. I love people. Regardless of how I do hair, you're probably attracted to my energy. You know what I mean? You want to present that energy. So practicing in the mirror, videoing yourself, practicing with friends, very important. So do something today that you will thank your future self for. Every day you have a choice, right? You can just continue on and sleepwalk through your day, or you can make a conscious decision. I know there's so much pressure now to journal and wake up and put your 3 things down. We're all trying to be bigger and better. All those classes we took during pandemic and lockdown and how we can be bigger, 3 things. 3 things are always great. And if you stop and fail, start again. Stop, fail, start again. You're going to fail a lot. It's okay. We expect you to fail. Every salon owner, it's unrealistic to bring in a newbie and not expect. Every failure is not a failure. It's a learn. We call them wins and learns. So you have a win or you have a learn. So you learn from that and you move on. So presenting yourself and recruiting, remember scripting and knowing everywhere you go, there's people that may want to work with you. So don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to give a calling card. Shares, get shares if you can, follow them, and then they'll follow you back. Anyone you touch, make sure they follow you. Anyone, get their phone out, take it from them. Let me put myself on there. Let me follow you. What's your handle? Let me hit you up. Follow, follow, follow. Recruiting starts with you and the ability to ask. When you walk into a salon, you cannot expect a salon owner to hand you 50 clients a month. It doesn't usually happen. Not in big salons, maybe in some cutteries, but there's a different relationship there and they're really churning. So I am open to questions. If anyone needs anything, some of my Instagrams and my handles, I have a lot. I apologize if there's a lot of follows, but you can hit me up at any of these. The T School for Salon Gmail is a great one. That's my education company that I just teach through. Patty Girl Boss is my main page as a stylist. My salon is Technique Salon, and you can follow me on either platform. I'm going to be around a lot on salon training. I'll be doing many different classes that we'll start posting next month. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Tracy. I'm honored to be on here. I hope I shared something that shifted you today. Thank
Patty,
you.
can you leave your screen up for just a second? If anybody has their phones and are allowed at school, go ahead and screenshot that. And we will invite you after this to a private Facebook group for the schools that are on here that we'll leave open for 30 days. So if any of the trainers, see anything on there that you want to, or I can contact the trainers and say, hey, listen, someone had a question about your class, because we are kind of pretty tight today for time. We wanted to give you a lot of value today in a short amount of time. So feel free, we'll post and give Taylor, Donna, Michelle, we'll give you guys for your schools the Facebook link that you can ask questions in there too. And we'll have some at the end. So thank you, Patty. I think that was such an incredible presentation, because it is. I mean, we have to attract the people that we want. I think sometimes we're in school and we think we have to take every single type of person, and we get to choose that as we get through, through this in our careers, which I think is awesome. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so next we have Jessica. So Jessica's going to be joining us.
Hello.
Let me see, there's
Trainers.
something. 1 second.
Heidi Maxwell, who's also on the call.
Oh,
So,
okay, great.
Heidi and I we both own solo businesses, but last year we finally had some time to start the business we've been really wanting to start. And we actually work primarily with solo business owners, people who don't want to own salons, who really just want to either go into a booth, go into a suite. We have shared a space for over a decade. We don't share a business. So we primarily work with people getting right out of school, really on the very beginning business parts, the budgeting, the how you start your business, how you bring in retail, all of those things that a lot of schools touch on, but you don't have the time to go super in depth on. And so for a lot of people, if you're not going to go work for someone else, there's a lot of things that you have to figure out how to do by yourself. And I actually own a body waxing studio, and Heidi owns a nail studio. And so the big one I find that people have a really hard time with, like Patty kind of mentioned about selling product. People don't like to sell aftercare. They're very nervous. They feel very salesy. And I get a lot of clients who come to me after they've been somewhere else, and no one has ever spoke to them about retail for after their wax. I'm like, okay, what are you using? Oh, no one's ever told me I need to do anything. Or I get, don't worry, I Googled it. I put some baking soda, a little vinegar. And I was like, oh, are we building a volcano? No, so they, no one's ever really talked to them about how to take care of their wax. And I primarily do Brazilian waxing on men and women. And if I were to spend that 15, 20 minutes waxing them, send them on their way, and then they're home for 30 to 45 days with breakouts, not knowing what to do after that, they're probably not coming back. So I actually look at selling retail as part of the service. It's not an extra thing you're doing. It's not, oh, yuck, it's salesy and I'm just trying to push product on people. It is actually, for me, part of the service. It's actually on my wax price sheet at the bottom. It says aftercare is an essential part of your service. These are the products that I will be recommending. And so they come in completely prepared to purchase. And then when they come in, we speak about what is going to happen during the service. Then again, I tell them we're going to do the wax, and then we will be talking about your aftercare. They're not surprised when I say, okay, this is the 2 products I suggest. And they go, okay, set me up. What do I need? I'm not pushing it. I'm telling them what to do to make sure they are taking care of their waxed area and that they feel confident in me. They know that I know what I'm talking about, and they feel confident reaching out if there are any concerns. I make sure also to let them know, call me, text me, let me know if there is a problem. I have a product to fix it. I have a solution. We don't want to send people out to Google their fix. Same thing, with hair color, with nails. You don't want them Googling the fix. You don't want them buying it on Amazon and figuring out the best product. We are the professionals. We are the ones who are supposed to be educating them on the whole service, and the whole service includes what you do at home. And so I actually, like I said, I do recommend it. I actually send them home with shower gloves as a freebie, because then they think, well, I'm getting this, but it also, I found they're going to use them. If I was like, oh, go buy them, no one goes and buys them because it's not part of their routine. They don't think about it. I send them home with some, and then I'm like, okay, here, these are the 2 products. I found 2 products that work very, very well. And I know the product inside and out. I use it myself. So I'm very confident when I send them home with it that I know it works. It's not the most expensive product, and it's not the cheapest thing on the market. It is a very mid-range product or mid-priced, but it's something I'm very confident in selling. But I think the biggest issue that comes with selling retail is the salesy. In this industry, we're always selling ourselves, you know, and you're out telling people what you do, and they're going to buy product from somewhere. Why would you not be the one who educated them on it? Why would you not be the one who says, you know, I did this beautiful color. These are the products that I recommend so that your color stays looking beautiful. I just waxed you. If you would like to continue having this wax look really nice, so it is not painful, it is not broken out, you don't have a ton of issues, then this is the products I suggest. I suggest you exfoliate. And then I also send them home with a list of do's and don'ts. Because if you've never been waxed, how would you know that you can't go swimming, that you shouldn't go immediately get a spray tan, that you shouldn't go jogging, or what type of underwear you should even be wearing? And if we don't educate our client, then we're no longer the professional. We're selling them some service, being salesy, making our money and sending them on their way. So really, when it comes down to it, don't be afraid to sell product, because you're not selling product, you're selling part of the service. And so I'm going to keep this really kind of short, because otherwise I'm just repeating myself a whole bunch. But I'm going to share my screen really quick so that you guys can see where to contact both Heidi and I, because we will also be on Salon Trainers selling this a little more in depth, going more into more practice on how to say this, feeling confident. And we have a couple other, actually quite a few other classes we'll be listing here very soon. But here is, maybe, there it is. So this is how you can get a hold of us.
You sure?
I don't know. Let me see.
I can't see your screen.
Okay, hold on. Apparently, my screen doesn't like to share. There we go. Okay,
Yeah,
there it is. All right, there it is. I'm a good waxer. I'm not super technical.
Mine's blank.
Yours is blank?
I just see a black screen.
All right, well, it says it's sharing, so I don't know why it doesn't want to share it.
You know what? We can put your information on that Facebook page as well.
Yep, let's just do that,
Okay.
because it doesn't want, it says it's sharing and it's not.
Put it in the comments.
So,
Okay.
yep. So that's all I have for you guys today.
That's incredible. So I remember whenever you saying you were going to talk about retail products, aftercare for waxing, I was like, I've been in doing this for how many years? And I truly have never sold or recommended aftercare for waxing. So I mean, we do amazing retail sales in every other category, but that is one that I'm so excited that I want to take your class afterwards too. So thank you so much for coming on. All right, next we have Heidi. She's going to be talking about rebooking. This is such a hot topic, and I swear, I think out of anything that we do in our industry, we have to learn this skill 100% if we want to continue our growth. So
sorry, we were trying to figure out the whole muting thing. So I am Heidi. I'm the other part of the business. And I'm the better looking part, I'll just say. But anyway, we are going to talk about booking ahead today. So a lot of times you get your clients, they come in and they are not thinking about rebooking because they're thinking, well, I'll go home and look at my schedule and then I will figure it out. And then I'll give you a call. And then they never call, or they call and they're like super frantic and they're like, I can't, like, I need to get in like today. And you're like, no. So in the long run, if they are booking their appointments at their previous appointment, they will always have an appointment. So I tell a lot of my clients, because some clients are like, well, do you really need me to book ahead? And I'm like, well, I don't know. So I say, this is so that you don't forget to call and book, because there's no way that I can get you in on the same day that you're calling me. That's just not a thing. And then I am talking to, I'm like, you get busy and you are not paying attention to how long it's been. And then you're out like, well, with hair, let's say you're like 3 months and you're like, oh man, I really need, like you're noticing because your hair is looking bad. So you need to get them rebooked in like the 6-week period or whatever. So their hair never does look bad, because it is not cool to have your hair or your nails looking quite terrible. And then people are like, oh, where'd you get that done? Like, don't tell them where you got it done if you haven't had it done in 6 months, please, because you didn't get it done. So, and then you can always just tell them, you can book this appointment now, but if you need to change it, that is not a problem. I have lots of clients when they come in who are like, well, I'm not really sure of my schedule. I'm like, well, let's book it. And then we know you actually have an appointment. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, you give me a call, we reschedule it. It's not, it's not rocket science. It's pretty easy to do. And I have found that has made it easier for my clients to get in when they want to, get the day that they want to, the time that they want to, all of those things. And then one of the other things I do is book out more than one appointment at a time. So I have clients, I'm a nail tech, so I have clients that come in every 2 weeks. I have clients who like to come in Tuesday at 10 a.m. every other week. And so I book that out in my book. So I will do it. You could decide to do it like for a few months. I'm pretty good about doing it. I'll do it for an entire year. And then we just have the understanding that if something comes up, we can move their appointment around. So they know that every other Tuesday at 10 a.m. they have a nail appointment. You're booked out. So now you can look at your book and be like, holy crap, like I know I'm going to be making money every other Tuesday at 10 a.m. So doing that with your clients, because a lot of people prefer to have like the same day, the same time, because it fits into their schedule better. They like routine. So giving them routine is the perfect thing. And then I'm really like when new clients, when they come in, this is the thing that I believe every person should be telling their clients. They're brand new. You just finished their service. They're paying you and you need to tell them, okay, so I recommend that you come back in 2 weeks to get a fill. That is the recommended time between your appointments. So when would you like to book that? And then you pull up the 2 weeks and you say, I have time on this day, and this day. And you book it for them. Then you explain that, yes, you can call and cancel. All of those others excuses still apply. But a lot of times you're like super nervous when it's the first time you're seeing someone and you're like, well, I don't want to offend them. Like maybe they hated me and maybe I shouldn't have. They'll call me if they liked me. Like, no. You do this for them. If they don't want to schedule with you, they won't schedule with you. So, or they won't show up, which sucks, but that's, the life. So, but offering that to them knows that you are not just thinking about putting that money in your pocket. You're also thinking about them because they're going to want to get their nails done in 2 weeks. You're telling them when it's best to get the service done again so that the service never looks terrible. So that is also really helpful because then in, like 3 days before your appointment, if somebody's asking you about your nails and you're like, oh, well, Heidi does them, blah, blah, blah. They don't look so bad that they're embarrassed or you're embarrassed that they're telling people your name. So I think rebooking is probably one of the most important things you need to do during a service. You need to do the service well, but when you're done, you need to make sure that before they leave your salon, they have their next appointment. That's it, guys. That's
That's
all I have.
awesome, Heidi. I think all of us agree 100% again on what you're saying as well, because I mean, you have to rebook your appointment. And I think as a professional industry, for those of you that are students sitting in there, I see this a lot when people first come out. I coach a lot of salons, and also in my own, I see them being a little bit, like you said, a little bit afraid coming out and saying, would you like to rebook your appointment? We got to stop asking. We got to stop saying, would you like to rebook appointment? We got to say, I am the professional. I know when you need, just like a dentist, just like a doctor, even a pap smear. I mean, like, seriously, think about things. Any professional will say, hey, I'm going to need to see you in 6 weeks, a nail tech, 2 weeks, a dentist, 6 months. And they say the receptionist or the front end secretary will go ahead and get that scheduled for you. They don't say, do you want to rebook? They don't say, you know, they say, I will get that rescheduled for you. So Heidi, I love that fact that you came on here today, because if there's one thing that I can talk to any new employee that I get, is we get them rebooking their skills from day one. And if they don't, like, we make some noises at the desk for them if they're doing it. So it's just like, ooh, they know that that's the reminder. Hey, you know, and then we help them along. So, and I think all of you guys agree, correct?
Super.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I get my haircut every 2 weeks, and I literally tell my artist, my stylist in the chair, like, I want to come every 2, and I never get pre-booked. And I walk out of there like, I can't believe they're not pre-booking me.
Wow.
And I also think and Heidi, I love what you say, but I also think another thing is, you, especially if you're working for commission-based salon and there is a front desk professional, you can't rely on that person. You have to take it upon yourself, because these front desk professionals are not rebooking either, unless they're being told by someone directly. But they got to walk you up to the front desk, and you have to really take it upon yourself. Most people aren't going to do it for you. You need to, and it's so important. Like, I 95% of the time do not get rebooked, and I'm literally telling my stylist that I want to come every 2 weeks. So like,
that's
again,
kind of crazy, honestly. Like,
crazy.
if you're asking, what is she doing? She's throwing away your money.
Yeah.
That's a little
like,
bit ridiculous.
I'll go home and I'll talk to my wife. I'm like, I didn't get rebooked today. I'm like, I can't believe it. And then I'll call, like, you know, so again, I want to be rebooked. So again, don't feel like you shouldn't be asking. People want to get rebooked. People
And
always want to look.
most people do, because they do want that next appointment. It's just not usually something that they're thinking about when they're leaving. They're just like, okay, I'm making sure that I paid you, and then I'm out the door. And then they get in their car and they're like, crap, I really should have rebooked. So it's really, really up to you to say to your clients, you know, this is when I recommend you that you come in, and this is when I have time available, and let's figure out when to get you in. And they can always change the appointment.
Another big note on that, Heidi, is just your financial stability. You don't need a million clients. If you gather a group of clients and consistently book them, and the frequency of visit is perfect, you're going to get 10 visits a year on the average for a color touch-up. You'll only need 100 clients, not 300, and you'll make good money because you're consistently using them as your financial base. So,
well, yeah, because you'll know, like, every Tuesday or every other Tuesday at 10 a.m.
You'll know you can pay your car payment and your mortgage because your book is already sustainable for the next, 6 months.
It's very true. Yeah.
It's foundational.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're fully booked, then you raise your prices and you start making even more money. There's a whole.
That's right. That's right.
Awesome. Okay, so what great information we have already. So we have our last one, Miss Taylor. They had a little bit of internet problems here today, and that happens. And so I always say, any future professional coming to the industry, I also hear sometimes say, well, what if I mess up, or what if I fail, or what if this doesn't work, or what if this goes out? It's going to happen, and it's okay. I was in a Tony Robbins convention. They had 14,000 people on Zoom. And you know what? 2 days, it was 5 days, and 2 or 3 days, their internet lost for 2 hours, and they had 14,000 people depending on them. It's going to happen. So don't worry about it. Okay. All right, Taylor, you're up. You're going to talk about the Razor, which is an incredible tool.
Hi guys, thank you so much, and thank you to these students. I am serious. This has been run out, run in, run out, run in. Thank you to all the educators. Thanks for this format. This is incredible. Thanks to all the students is out there, because this is where it all begins. And I am so excited to be live here with these students, because I'm telling you, I can feel the energy. And I found myself saying to them, I never got this information. I had to do it all for myself. So everything that we've covered, every single thing it's not just about a haircut. And that's where I go. That's where I go. I have, before I start, my system is called Classic Bohemian. But when I teach, no matter who I teach, hairdressers or share with, let's say share with, all across the country, internationally, this, whether you're in the business for 40 years or you're in the business for 4 months, the 8 essential steps to financial success. And it starts with the warm and friendly greeting, but I will go even before this, and it ends with book in advance. This is what I teach, because as we know, and they might not know, it's not just about another haircut. It is not, it is not, it is not. So I can't come on and just go, oh, you know what, here you go, I've got the razor, look at me, and you're gonna be successful. That is not what it's about. So I would do these people and you guys injustice just to talk about this razor, but you've covered all this. But I'm going to go back one step further before I share this with you. One step before even this. Can I ask you, where does customer service begin? Say that again.
As soon as customer walks in.
Did you hear that? As soon as customers walk in, as soon as guests walk in. Now, people that have been at there, this is beauty school students. I go into classes and I hear salon owners saying that have been salon owners for 50 years. And I'm going to say where customer service begins is outside of the door, outside of here, and that was all discussed in here. It's up to you. Customer service begins with you. Do not wait for the phone to ring. Do not wait for the door to open. Do not wait for that. And you've heard all this in there, right? You are outside of there promoting yourself. If you wait for the phone to ring or somebody to walk in, somebody like me has it all over you. I have it all over you, and I don't even need to be that great. And that was discussed too. All right, so here we go with that. So once you've got all that down, you're brilliant, right? You're brilliant. You don't even need to be the best hairdresser on the planet. By the way, you'll never be the best hairdresser on the planet. Who knows who's the best hairdresser on the planet, right? Right, who knows that? Once you've got all that down, you need to set yourself apart, because this is a very, very competitive business. Thank God for that, because it keeps it so interesting. And by the way, I've been doing this longer than most of you have been alive. And I am still as passionate today as what I was when I was 12 years old, sweeping floors and shampooing, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you're welcome to the best business in the whole world. And I say that and I mean it, right? So when I got in, everybody uses scissors. That's what we do, right? We're hairdressers, we use scissors, right? You go to the moon, if there was a hairdresser, ask them to cut hair, they'd probably pick up scissors, right? But if you ask hairdressers to pick up a razor, some people will, but a lot of people won't. And it's fear.
She used to raise.
Yeah, it's fear, right? This is a tool that has separated me from the next person. I have had a salon here. We're in Cincinnati, by the way. I've had a salon here for 30 years. I had a girl open up right across the street from me. By the way, she's my great friend. And I have people calling me and saying, oh, Taylor, are you the one that does the razor cutting and not texturizing, guys? And that's where I'll go in my class. By the way, salon trainers next week, May 17th at 2 p.m. I will be on salon trainers doing Classic Bohemian. So I can't get into all of the 5 points of difference between the razor and the scissors, but there is a difference. And it's not texturizing, which most people are scared of, okay? I will get into that. What I want to share with you guys in the world today, the hairdressing world, is this is a system. a cutting system that was based on, I used to work, I grew up in Scotland, by the way, guys, just in case you didn't guess that.
Don't you know?
Right. I sometimes say Kentucky and people are like, yeah, it's just over the bridge, whereabouts, right? So anyway, we grew up with Vidal Sassoon. Now, does anybody know who that is? Yes, these guys are saying yes, which is great, right? And the technique was all scissors, tiny scissors, taking tiny sections, beautiful, beautiful shapes. And it took a while to cut hair. And I did all these and I loved it, but I always felt it was kind of heavy and no realistic. And I saw a lot of hairdressers doing these styles, and then it progressed a wee bit, and they would go in and they'd texturize and they'd point cut and they'd do all that stuff. And I'm like, and then they'd pick up the razor to do some free, make it freer, right? And I'd say to myself, well, if we're systematic, we know this system, why can't we do the whole haircut with the razor? All right. And that was born for me. I know there's a lot of people doing it, but this was me. I thought, wow. So when I pick up the scissors, because this is what I do, this is what we do, guys. When I pick up the scissors, I'm a hairdresser. I cut hair. I'm like, wow, I love it. Something happens when I pick up the razor. I am, and this is not egotistical, it might sound it, and if it does, too bad, right? When I pick up the razor, I am a sculptor. I feel I am sculpting. And I don't know if any of you have ever watched Braveheart, but when he says freedom, this is me, this is freedom. So to add to your repertoire, and I've said this before, and I've said it all over the country, I am not telling you, put down your scissors, pick up the razor and never touch a pair of scissors again. This adds to your repertoire of what you already know, all right? What you already know. Now, if you do everything that's been taught here today, starting with the portfolios and the pre-booking and the consultation and all of that stuff, like when I say it's not just about another haircut, then you add this, you come into me as a salon owner. I've had 5 salons, guys, in 5 different countries. You come to me out of beauty school with this curriculum right here, and I'm like, I don't need to see you cut hair because you have the attitude. That's what it's all about, and you have the passion. And these people sitting here know that. And basically, I would say the same thing they would probably say. If you came to them with this, without even cutting hair, and then adding this in, they go, oh, wow, hired right away. Because the bottom line, guys, absolutely. The bottom line, why we're on here today, is it's not just about another haircut. It is not. So just to kind of set yourself apart a wee bit, people do not know.
Taylor.
Questions that will get answered. And did somebody going to say something there?
Sorry. Can you come back? Can you move back a little bit so we can see you as well on the camera?
Right here?
Yeah, maybe even a little closer to the camera whenever you're going to cut.
I'm just going to demonstrate because these have already been cut.
Oh, okay.
And no, I don't have time to do a whole haircut.
Okay, we just want to be able to see the razor too and your work.
Okay, so this is my work. This is the class, it's called Classic Bohemian. Can you guys see that? And all of these are cut with the exact same system, the exact same. This was cut the same, all razor, this was cut the same, and this was cut the same. So I'll give a demonstration of that. Now, people don't realize these are all one system, 3 different textures and 3 different looks. I'll show you the back as well. One system, it's called Classic Bohemian. And when I'm teaching cutting, any kind of cutting, but specifically with the razor, because that's what I do, I call it rock the razor. When I'm teaching, and if you guys will just bear with me with this, when I'm teaching, there's only 3 things that you need to look at. There's only 3 things. And it's about the razor, but there's things before any haircut. What is it? I've taught you guys before. It's how it's parted, how it's held, and then ultimately how it's cut. All right? Vertical, horizontal, diagonal. Right? 3 things, that's all. All right, so I'll put my scissors down. So what I'm going to do is just show you a minute. Can you see? I'll step back. There I am.
You gotta see the camera right there.
Right here? Okay, see, they all know. All right, here's my razor. This is a straight blade. Now, there's no hard and fast rules about the razor. This is a straight blade. You can use a razor with a guard. I call the straight blade graduation. It's not scary. There's no right and wrong ways how to hold it. People can hold it like this. People can hold it with 2 fingers. Normally when I'm teaching a class, I have this razor and I put it into your hand, and however you go towards it, because people are different, however you go towards it is how you're going to use it. People have used it like this, not wrong. People have used with 2 fingers, people have used with 3, all right? There's no hard and fast rules. I use with 3. This is how I hold my razor, and this I love because it's pliable. I love doing that. I love the ritual of this. This is a ritual for me. When I say, I feel like a sculptor when I pick up the razor. It is an absolute feeling that comes into me, and it goes into my work. All right, guys, take a seat for a minute. So here's the razor. This is how I hold it. This is how I cut with it. And you guys will be going through this too, okay? And palming it and holding the scissors, the razor and the comb at the same time. Now, I've noticed in the schools that the hair gets cut, the comb gets put down, hair gets cut again, comb gets picked back up. We can't do that because that would take forever. So this is how it's held, and this will be shown next week in the class at 2 o'clock on Salon Trainers. This is called palming it. This is how I hold the comb and the scissors. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to just do a wee demonstration. I'm not going to cut it, but I'll just give you an idea of how this was cut. The system is parted down the middle, subsections at the nape, and it's cut on the diagonal. Tracy, I'm not going to do a whole haircut because you don't have time for that, but I will be doing it next week. All right. So this is and if the technology goes out, it's a teaser. This is a teaser. So middle part, subsection on the diagonal at the nape, and you're tap, tap, tapping, tap, tap, tapping. Now this is razor cutting, not texturizing. And I will go into all of the questions that we get in the classes worldwide with hairdressers that have been in the business. Oh, my client said you can't do that because they over texturize my hair and da, 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 da. Okay, I will answer all that in detail, but the difference from what I do to texturizing, I am cutting the hair with the razor, not texturizing. But I'm going to show you I'm just going to texturize this a wee bit. Now this was all cut with the razor before with my system, and I'm just going to zigzag, and we call this bumping up the crown. And by the way, guys, if that doesn't look too great, it doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bump up the crown here, take my razor, she's kind of high. I'm not going to fiddle around with the mannequin stand right now. Take my razor, here we go. Freedom, right there, freedom, guys. You guys are going to love this when I get these razors into your hands. All right, here it is. So what I'm just going to do, this is texturizing, and I really mean to do that. So I'm just going to do long strokes, long strokes, long strokes, long strokes. And what's happening here is the underneath hair is becoming shorter. You guys can see that, right? And what that will do is it's called bumping up the crown. And it just, the short hair underneath supports the long hair on top. Fantastic, right? So in the class, in the Classic Bohemian, you will be learning systematic razor cutting. And the bottom line is here, it's how to apply all of what we've learned today, all of it. And then once you're comfortable and you're doing all that with the scissors in your hands, then you pick up another tool and you pick up another tool. There is a few other things. I have a wee bag of tricks in here. And by the way, I don't have a blow dryer or a flat iron. I don't have one, not right here. So what I'm saying is, it's all about what you do before the haircut, what you do with the haircut, and then what you do after it. So I hope I've shared enough information. I'm kind of like going a wee bit faster than normal because I'm scared in case the technology goes out again. So I will take questions if there's any questions, if we have time for that, Tracy. I'm not sure. But like I said, there is a class on this May 17th at 2 o'clock on salon trainers. If I'll get into, I will be doing hair cutting. It's a look and learn because I'm not asking people to pick up the razors right away. So if you have any questions, anybody out there, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions, just a couple of quick questions. Do you have any, Tracy, can they ask questions of any of the trainers here?
Yes, so we're going to go ahead and start that now. So we have about 15 minutes left or so. We might end up a little bit early so we can get you guys going on your day. But any questions that you have for any of the trainers, Matt, Heidi, Jess, Patty, Dawn, or I almost said Donna, I know you're in there, Jessica. Go ahead and unmute yourself. So Donna, can you unmute yourself and you can take a question from one of your students at your school? That would be great.
You're unmuted.
Hi, beautiful. You're muted.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. I have a question from somebody, please. Oh, come on now. No, you've got questions. How about from Canvas Me? Anyone have a question about Canvas Me?
Donna, if they don't have a question, even a statement, what is
Okay.
one thing that they took away from this today that they really enjoyed? And by their feedback, it helps us give more of these understanding. So don't be shy, anybody. What is one thing that you
Go
learned
ahead.
today?
Amy?
I love the Canvas Me and all the opportunities that it opens up for not just the students, but as we come with school and
Can you hear?
So Donna, I'm just gonna have you repeat what they say.
Okay. They're excited about the Canvas Me and all the opportunities that it's going to open up for them. That with the resume builder and just all the different links. I saw most of the students in the room at that time were like furiously taking notes and linking up into Canvas Me at the same time, checking out the site. And they're really quite thrilled about that.
Yeah, we are. I'm already checking. I've seen some portfolios being published. They're already doing an amazing job. We are so excited and we can't wait to see all the beautiful faces on the platform.
Sweet.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Thank you. You had something else?
how Patty and the team were talking about how you present yourself.
Oh, yeah. The presentation that Patty did about looking at it from the customer's point of view gave them a new look at how they are here in school and what they're leading in, what they're prepping themselves for.
Great.
So thank you, Patty. That was great. That was a great class. I really enjoyed that. Thank you. Anyone
Okay.
else?
Any questions here?
Okay. You're shy.
Okay, Taylor. What is one of your questions, Taylor?
No, they were asking for you.
Okay, basically, I like the fact that how you can, go on and set up everything and, just be able to set yourself apart from, other stylists and, basically, for the whole world to be able to see what you can and what you cannot do and just be able to, teach us how to, go into a salon and be able to be salon owners and just connect with everyone else on a professional level.
Did you guys hear that okay?
Yeah, that was amazing. I don't know if that was me and Patty as well, but no, I completely agree with you guys. I think it's a great, and that's why we really stress the fact that the video is so important to what you guys are doing from a career perspective, because everybody's, there's a lot of great artists out there. There's a lot of great barbers and a lot of great stylists and nail technicians and waxing people, but like no one's gonna have your story. And, you know, and Jen and I do a class on discovering your purpose and understanding your why, because that's what's gonna live on your portfolio, and that's what really matters. Like, people, we want you 100%. I've talked to so many artists that aren't happy with their current situation because they're not finding the right people. They're not finding the right home. So the more real, the more vulnerable that you guys are on your portfolios, forget about social media. I want to know who you are, why you are in the position you're in, why you love this industry, and why you want to serve. That's it, because that's going to resonate with somebody. And it may not resonate with other people, but you don't want to work with those people. You want to resonate with people that are going to allow you to be your true self so you can live out the happiest career as possible. And that's what Canvas Me does. And we're so excited. And honestly, guys, if you have any questions, just feel free to DM us. I'll get on the phone with you. I'll do Zoom with you guys. We love our future professionals. We love our students. We want to make sure that we're here to support you. So thank you.
That's amazing.
I like that.
I have another question. Is that okay?
Yeah, I like the fact that we can share with one another our techniques and everything. Because what I always say, I can give you the recipe, but your sauce ain't gonna taste the same. So
No, yeah, it's 100% true. Like I said, no one's gonna have your story, so it's really, really important to be able to portray that on your portfolio. And listen, I know sometimes it's hard to write, sometimes it's hard to get, but I want to just get on your phone 30 seconds, do a raw little video. Like, it's so powerful. You saw Maria. She just grabbed her iPhone and she talked about how she gets really nervous, but beauty school has gotten that out of her. Beauty school has kind of changed her, and that's the kind of stories you want to hear. We had a young girl who, the reason she became a stylist, because her last memory of her family was her being adopted at the age of 4 from Russia, and she was running her fingers through her grandmother's hair, and that's why she always wanted to become a hairstylist. Like, those are those stories you want to hear, and that's what's going to make you more memorable. And maybe we don't have crazy stories, but just understanding your purpose and really understanding why you love what you do and why you want to be behind that chair or whatever you guys are doing in this amazing industry is so valuable to living out the best career possible.
I have one more from here. Is that okay? Go ahead.
I was more intrigued with Canvas Me because I felt like it was very informative with the information that they gave us. But I'm also intrigued with the online courses that they had. But I see that it was $25 per course. So how many courses and what type of educational courses do you all have to offer?
I think that Tracy, could you answer
Tracy,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to show you here in the next couple minutes the actual site, just real briefly, so that you know how to become a member. It's, like I said, it's a free membership. You get up to 4 free classes a month. So we have different educators coming on, willing to do stuff like this today. So that are giving of their time because they really love the industry just as much as all of us do. So you will get that. And also, if let me see if I can share that now. Let me ask, do you have any more questions before we get to that? Because I'll be able to show them how to become a member. Donna does too.
One of my students was trying to watch from home, and she had the same trouble logging in that I did. She missed the entire Canvas Me, and that was one thing that she really wanted to see. So will that be, that kind of a presentation be done again soon?
Matt, you can answer that, but we also will have this we will give this to our Facebook group. So if you attended this, you get the replay on our Facebook group, a private one that I'll give you, Donna and Michelle and Taylor.
And then, Donna, if you want to connect, and Donna, if you want to connect offline, we also have videos and stuff that we can share that will help her. But yeah, Tracy's going to repost this. So.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I just want to say I really appreciated Canvas Me, like the whole mentorship thing. I definitely will use that because I am looking to, I'm not willing to just stay here in Cincinnati. I do want to travel. And so, you know, maybe mentoring from other people in other states. I do appreciate that aspect. And I love about the rebuilding part and also the upselling because I'm not scared to present myself as a saleswoman because I am a saleswoman essentially. But I'm just really glad because some of my clients, they do say you know, that, I have to figure out my schedule. So I actually took that you said they can, call and reschedule if they need to. So I will actually suggest that to my clients that I do have. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
You're fabulous.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up. I'll show you the site. So thank you for all your questions and being present. Again, I want to thank the trainers for coming on here. So just like what was the last person's name that just gave their statement?
My name is Patience.
Patience, thank you so much, because you are right. In school, you learn what you need to learn in those hours, and that is what you're there for. And then you get out into the field, and I believe it's your responsibility to take ongoing education and never stop. Once you stop growing 100% of the time, and then, to get yourself into the right salon, you have people like Canvas Me. They are brilliant in what they created, and it's such an amazing platform. And I wish I would have had it whenever I went to school. And as a salon owner, I'm so happy that I can go on there and choose people as well now and do that. We talked about recruiting and attracting clients. That is your second step. I don't know if it's your second or your first step, because you should always be attracting clients starting in school. Start your social media, start marketing, start showing your work, start, getting people in, and then attracting the clients. Like Patty said, get them wherever you already live is such a wonderful place, and the importance of retailing. This is a topic that is dear to my heart, because I do see a ton of people coming out in the industry that never once even sold a product in school. And I'm not knocking the schools, but if you're not even starting there, sometimes it's hard. And I've had students that say, I'm not selling a product because the school's making money. I've literally heard that through the years, multiple times. And it just infuriates me, because it's not about making the school money or the salon money. It's about recommending the retail so the guest has that experience with you. I can guarantee you will be 100% more, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Just blanked on the word. Yes, you're going to be more professional. You're going to have more clients, the more products you actually recommend. And then the art of rebooking with Heidi. You have to learn how to rebook. And when I say have to, yes, if you're in salons that do not require that, and you're an ongoing just next person, that's fine, because that's one model. But if you really want to advance your career and know how to do it from no matter where you live in the country and move around, you have to learn the art of rebooking, especially if you want your paychecks to increase. And then we learned from Taylor about there's other tools than just your shears. Her class is coming up, like she said, and she will have a lot more time to actually show you the razor and techniques. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now.
Donna is frozen, Trace.
Oh no, Donna, are you there?
She put it in the chat.
Okay. It's
per end probably.
Yeah, that's kind of sucks. I guess they'll be able to see that on the replay then. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. Oh, well, your screen for you.
Oh, you only see me?
Okay. Yeah, I'm unfrozen now.
Okay, you're unfrozen. Okay, Jada, I'm going to give it back to you, because I am, for some reason, not able to share my screen right now. And like I said, Taylor, see, sometimes this stuff happens, and don't stress about it.
That happens.
Yep. I think some people get so worked up. It's going to happen. It's okay. So I'm going to be able to, I can't share my screen other than this for some reason. I'm hitting share, but it's not working. All right. I think maybe I just got it. Now, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can see the home screen. Awesome. All right, so advanced education for the beauty industry. So if you decide to become a member, and we highly recommend that you do this, because you are in the career that you chose for education, for the salon industry. And that's what this is built for. So all you have to do is become a member, click this. I am not going to be able to do that now because I'm already logged on, but you will get two areas that you will be able to see. The one says, if you have your license, type it in. It automatically allows you to the site. The second area says unlicensed, which would be most of the students. If they don't have their license now, go ahead and type that in. It does take us up to 48 hours to approve you on the site, because we do fact check, and we want people that are on here that are really in the industry. So it takes us a little while to kind of I guess, stalk you a little bit so that we know that you're in the street. So whenever you're on here, this is the home page, and I'm going to go fast so we can get you guys out of here today. But you'll see different. I'm going to go to this one. This is where some of you guys went today. So you will see May sponsored classes. These are all free classes for anybody that is a member on here. So next month we'll have more. So on the 19th, if you decide that you are coming into the industry and you do want to open your own salon, how do you start a little boutique if you decide to? That was a topic for many years that some people were against putting stuff in their salon other than hair, and other people were for it. I personally think if you're going to make some extra income and it's done beautifully, and it can, that's my opinion. Why not? Because we're giving the money everywhere else to Amazon and everywhere else. So why would we not have a shopping experience in our salon? Whatever your opinion is totally okay. But Two Blondes Apparel is going to show you how to set that up. Doesn't have to be just their products. They're going to talk to you about a different thing. And then clients, how to make your clients remember you. We have a lady that works with customer service and just sending out a card. This was huge for me personally. Whenever I was building my clientele, I sent out cards to people that I really wanted to be my future clientele. I would send it to their work so that people would see it, or flowers. I'm not saying you have to go that extravagant, but when you're building, you think outside of the box, and this is one way to do it. Then in June, we have some other ones. We have some hair cutting ones. Tomorrow, we have David Kingston, which if you guys do not know him, oh my goodness, like I'm sure your trainers that are there can tell you, he has the Hair Cutter's Handbook, beautifully written book on how to cut hair. Like it's outstanding. He is going to be live on our Facebook page tomorrow. I know you guys are in school, but you can watch the replay on there on salontraining.com's Facebook page. So we have a group and a page. We encourage you to do both. And then I will get with your trainers, your instructors, and I will give them the Facebook link that they can give to you, because we're setting that up. And that one being that is just for you guys that attended today. We will keep that open for 30 days. That if you have any questions for anybody that was on here, you can ask us. Lastly, if you decide you want to become a trainer down the road, you can also apply here. And then any courses that you want to look at, you go up to courses, and we have them listed by dates. So you can earliest. So if you're saying, hey, is anything on Friday, you can actually put that particular date in. So you can say, hey, I have off Friday, who's teaching a class. There's more coming on. I actually have quite a few that I've talked to in the last couple of weeks that they're going to be posting here in the next, I think it was 2 to 3 weeks that they're coming on. So if you don't see a particular category, just know that it's probably coming and it's on its way. There is anything from makeup and hair and all kinds of stuff. And then this shop area, this is our last part I wanted to show you, is if you're looking for particular products such as hair extensions or, I don't know, books, educational videos, that kind of stuff, you can type that in here. This is something we just are starting now. So you'll be able to search anything, and then it takes you right to their particular website on where they sell it. So that, and then I know I said last thing, I guess there's one more thing. We are a company that, again, we just launched April 11th was our first day. So we are new to this too. And so we're asking for your help to build this as well, because we believe in education. You guys are in there. If you felt value out of today, we ask that you at least share our Facebook page with other people that you know, because that is how we're going to grow this together. And then we give 5% back from every class that's taken, a paid class, to Operation Underground Railroad, which is the human sex trafficking. And every single year, we're going to donate to a different charity. So you can help just by sharing this. So if someone takes a class, you will be helping that too. Let me stop share. So I thank you for your opportunity today to be in your school. Thank you for being attentive. And if anybody has any other questions, you can go ahead and ask now. If not, we're going to go ahead and end the day and send you on your way. All good? All right. Thank you. Donna, if you're saying something, you're good.
Okay. What did you make the Facebook group yet?
The private one. Yes, I will send that out to you. I'll text it to you here in a few minutes to Michelle, Donna, and Taylor for your school. Okay. And then you can give it to them. And then I'll send it to you guys, Matt and Jess and Heidi and Patty too. So, all right. I always think that that's important, because I think if you if you teach a class, you go to a hair show, you go to a particular class, and then you're like, oh, now I have another question, or I forget what they said, or something like that. Every time I coach a salon, I create a separate Facebook group so that they can show me their successes. I can ask them, I can continue with them, so they're not just dropped after a class, you know, depending on how active they want to be. So, all right. So we welcome you to join all that, and you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks, guys, the trainers as
Thanks,
well.
everyone. Take care.